I was sitting down and you wanted to fight me, you should have knocked me the fuck out. Hey my babies, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tori Alana, and by the title, you know we about to get into some things. So I'm about to be doing a story time about how I fought my cousin in school. I know it sounds crazy. Let me explain. But before we get into all that, subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram, all that, because we're about to get into some things. So this is going to be a long story, so let me just start by saying this is not to bash. I'm telling my story. The cousin, the girl in the story, we're gonna call her I'm trying to figure out a name to call her without giving it away. We're just gonna call her Susie. So Susie told this story first because in the quarantine, Susie's now TikTok famous or whatever. So let me tell you, I was just scrolling. I'm in class low-key on Zoom, not paying attention. I'm on TikTok. I'm scrolling. Susie pops on my For You page. So I'm like, she's TikTok famous now? Wow. And then the video, she's talking about how I fought my cousin in school. I know it was about me, because who else, you know? So I was like, oh my gosh. And then the whole story, like, some of it was true, but some of it was just like really capped out, like really bad. And she didn't tell the full story. So I'm not even gonna name drop or nothing. If you pay attention or if you know me or you should know who I'm talking about. So let me give y'all a backstory. So me and this girl have been cool since elementary school, because if you know me, I'm from DC. Well, we both are from DC. So we went to elementary school together, and we went to the same middle school, but she moved to PG's where I'm currently at. So we call each other cousin because people say we look alike, so we always, you know, we just call each other cousin. So I moved to PG, and I'm like, oh, you go to the school? Yeah, you about to be cousins? Because we known each other for a long time. So in my head, well, it's not my head, it actually did happen before we fell out. I'm thinking that me and her, like, we gonna stick together through high school, So this happened at the end of 9th grade. So in the beginning of 9th grade, we was cool, and I don't know, I'm always conscious of people, but let me say, like, I don't think that she was, like, you know how people be like, oh, I followed my friend because she was jealous, I don't think, well, at least I didn't feel that with her. Like, she was a goofy person, and I don't know, you know how you can just tell, like, people was a hater? I didn't get that vibe from her. So we was just hanging out, One thing about our relationship, and she did say this in her TikTok video, we was always arguing, which was true. One thing about her, even though she's not like a hater, she's really, she don't think about stuff before she does it. She very much, I'm not gonna say she's crazy, but she acts off impulse. Like, I feel like she'll just fight somebody or go start some drama because she's bored. Like, that's the type of person she is, and I wouldn't notice that, but I don't know, I really didn't. People was hating in high school. I'm still in high school, I'm going in my senior year, and this is 9th grade, so it was been about 2-3 years since this happened. But people hate, you know. But I really would say middle school is where I had most of my drama, not really high school. So I'm thinking I'm going into high school is over with, and not with the person who I call my cousin, who I was like this with. So, like I said, we will always argue. We had really one big argument. I forgot, but we would just argue about dumb stuff. But we made up after that and think everything cool. We go back to cool. Like, we didn't say nothing about fighting and arguing. We just stopped talking, and then we made up. So we was right back how we was. So this is May. So I have this friend. This is not the cousin. This is a friend. So not me. Susie, my cousin, and the friend, they get into it. The friend, let's call her Emily. So I become close with Emily because Emily was best friends with my actual cousin. You know, Susie's not my real cousin. I just called her my cousin. But my actual cousin, they were best friends. Her and, when I say Emily, her and Emily was best friends. So I started being more close, not more close, I'm still close with Susie, but me and Emily started being friends. So we would because we had class together, mind you. Me and my cousin Susie, we didn't have any classes together, so we really didn't see each other too much throughout the day other than lunch, because we had the same lunch. So I would be close with Emily because we had class, da da da. So Emily and Susie get into it. I don't know what happened at all. I wasn't there. All I just heard about it. So Susie, I didn't know that Susie was about to fight Emily. Somebody told me, hey, your cousin Susie was about to fight somebody. So I'm in history class. This is the last period. So I'm texting Susie. I'm like, girl, what happened? I heard you. Usually she tells me this. Like, oh, I would know. I would be right there. I don't know. So she's telling me that she's about to fight somebody. I'm like, who are you? Like, girl, you didn't say nothing about this morning. Like, I'm like, who? And also, I didn't even text her to be messy. I just texted her to ask and needed to know if I needed to have her back or not, because at this school that we go to, it's a lot of people be jumping, all that stuff. So I'm like, girl, what's going on, da da da. So she told me she about to fight Emily, my friend. So I asked her, I'm like, usually when somebody's about to fight somebody, they be going at it for a little while, especially with her. Like, she is not the type just to fight someone. Like, I mean, she is, but like, I don't know, like, it's very unusual for her to just go to somebody and just fight them. She has to have a motive, and usually she would tell me who she was beefing with, so I didn't know. She was like, yeah, me and Emily got into it at lunch, da da da. And then the TikTok story that she did, the story time, she said that my friend Emily ran from her, which was not true. I'm not really friends with Emily anymore either, but she don't have to run from nobody. So, but she didn't tell me that in the text. She said it in her TikTok story, in her story time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? She's not even telling me what happened. Or did she? I don't know. I deleted all messages from that time because I blocked her. I was done with her. So she was like, yeah, we almost fought. I heard she was saying stuff. She called me the B word, da da da. I'm like, and then I heard that with my cousin, a lot of people were trying to fight Emily too. So they were trying to jump her or gang up on her, and I don't know. And I'm friends with Emily at this time. So I'm like, who else? Like, what? And she wasn't trying to tell me. And then, I don't know, she was getting mad at me because she felt like I was defending Emily, which I wasn't. Like, if I had a choice, I would choose Susie because I've known her the longest. But one thing, like, if I'm friends with someone, I'm not picking sides. I'm not doing none of that. But if I had to, I would have definitely chose Susie at that time, but I didn't feel like I had to. I didn't even know that it was a problem between them. So I guess she's mad that I'm asking her what happened. I don't know. Or she felt like I'm taking sides. So she's just going off on me saying, what's up with you? Because you seem like you on her side, da da da. And I'm telling her, I'm not picking sides. I never once said, Susie, you're wrong. Never once said, Susie, I want to fight you because you try to jump my friend. I never said that. I was just asking, like, what's going on? This is odd. Like, you never told me you had a problem with Emily, so why is I'm hearing all this? I was just trying to make sure that she was okay. So I was asking her about it, and she was like, I don't know, right then and there, she reminded me of somebody who had, like, bipolar disorder, because the way she flips, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone that does have bipolar disorder, but that's how she was acting. Because why are you doing all this? So I'm done texting her. That's that. And then she posted on her Finsta that later that day, oh, I'm so heartbroken because my cousin is picking sides. All these people are just kissing her. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cuss. I'm not trying to cuss. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to tell a story. All these people was just kissing up to her. Oh my gosh, why would she do that? Are you okay? Don't even know what's going on. Like, mind your business. And then her best friend, when we got into it before, Susie's best friend, which I was friends with too, but I'm not friends with her no more because she kept trying to hop in me and Susie's business. And then in Susie's TikTok story, she was like, my best friend wanted to fight her. Your best friend is 4 feet and be getting beat up in train stations. but that's none of my business. I saw how she fought in that train station. She better not say nothing to me. But that's none of my business. That's just what I saw. But I don't even know if her and Susie is friends no more. So after she went off on me because she felt like I was picking sides, which I didn't pick sides, we just stopped talking. Mind you, this is in like, I want to say end of May. After that, we never said a word to each other ever about nothing. I was hanging out with Emily. We wouldn't talk about Susie. I would just hang out with her because that was still my friend, you know. So this whole thing happened in mid to end May. So the day that we fought was the last day. It was the last day of school. Backstory on this week, I just had made the prom team, which if you don't know, it's like my school's dance team. I was really excited about that, but that whole week was bad. Like, my mom was getting on my nerves. We was arguing. Like, I wasn't feeling no week. So this was the last day of school. So this was June 14th or 15th. Mind you, 3 weeks had gone by because the whole situation happened in the middle of May. So this was the last day of school, half day. I'm chilling with my friend. You know, everybody's just, I don't know, it's the last day of school. Everybody's excited, da da da. So I'm with my friend, not Emily, this other friend who literally doesn't have anything to do with the situation. I was just with her because we had the same classes. So yeah, I don't remember anything from this day except for the fight. So I'm going to my class and I see Susie in the hallway. I'm walking to the class and then Susie has her hood on. So I'm like, here she go, acting a fool. But she didn't say anything to me, which is ironic because she did, and she walked. We're gonna get there. But while I was walking in the hallway, she saw me, didn't say anything to me. And mind you, I think she was by herself. Well, her friend was like a few feet behind her, but she was still like by herself. She wasn't in a group yet. So you see me in the hallway. I'm walking in my class that you're about to come into and try to act the ass. You didn't say anything to me. So I'm just walking my friend. So I go in the classroom, and this is supposed to be my class. You know, in the last day of school, they don't care where you at. People don't even show up for real, but I had to go. I didn't want to go, but my mom made me go. So I'm in the class. I'm sitting at the desk on my phone, this phone. So I'm on my phone. I'm and this is my actual class. So this was health class. So I'm in the class, me and my friend just chilling. Susie comes in with her hoodie. A group of people is following her, but I really wasn't studying nothing. So I'm on my phone, and then she comes up to me. I'm like, oh, she wanna get ghetto. So she walks up to me and she's like, Tori. And I'm like, yeah. So and this whole people behind her, this whole group of people behind her, her friends, so-called friends, are behind her. She got her hoodie on. So I'm like, yeah. Mind you, they're behind her trying to. I'm not stupid. Like, I know what's about to happen. I'm not stupid. But the thing is, I wasn't expecting it because, like I said, we didn't have no exchange of words for 3 weeks. We haven't argued since then. I thought it was over. She said I was taking sides. I was never taking sides. Never said anything about her. And actually, I was defending her to my friend Emily. I was like, don't try to fight her. Da da da. I don't know. So she comes up to me. I was like, Tori, with her hood on, people behind her. Like I said, they recording. I'm not stupid. I know what's about to happen. So she's like, Tori. And I'm like, yeah. Didn't say anything. Tori, yeah. So at this point, mind you, remember this. I left my phone on the desk. I stand up because I'm not about to get ambushed. I'm not stupid. My camera had cut off. But like I was saying, I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. People around you, they got their phone on, they're recording you. You're about to fight. So I got up, mind y'all, left my phone on the desk. So she's literally not saying anything. And she kept trying to move the chairs, da da da. I'm still waiting on what you have to say. So I said, yes, mind y'all, stand up, phone on the desk. I'm like, what, you want to fight? What? So then that's when she's not saying anything. So she grabs my phone. So I try to charge towards her. And then the teacher who's in the room, he's like, hey, 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 da, 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 da. So we're about to fight. So this, I'm not even mad. It's just so funny. It's so like funny. So this girl decides to grab my phone off the table and toss it across the room. She said she threw it in her TikTok video, but my phone did not crack, no scratches, nothing. You didn't throw it, she tossed it like this. She grabbed it off and was like that. So we're not fighting. The thing is, before I got to really get at her, people was already trying to break it up, da da da. So she's going that way. So I'm like, no, I'm about to, like, we're going to fight now. So I go over there, da da da. I swing on her. It connected. I felt it. But the boy, I don't know who was there. It was all a blur. Like, all I was saying was red. I was gonna let her have it. And she left the classroom, da da da. If I was sitting down and you got in my face, why didn't you take that to advantage? Why would you wait to throw my phone, toss my phone, and get up? If I was sitting down and you wanted to fight me, you should have knocked me the fuck out. It shouldn't have been no reason why I was able to swing on you and connect at that. If you really wanted to do some damage, you should have rushed me. You should have snuck me. You should have da-da-da, if that's what you really wanted to do. If I was sitting down and you, well, I did stand up, but if I was sitting down at first, you should have backhanded me. You should have, I don't know, you should have did damage if I was sitting down. Like, please. All I remember is being carried out the classroom. No. After my friend had picked up my phone, because she didn't throw it against the wall. And if you got a hold of this, you should have broke it. Like, you should have threw it down and stomped on it. Like, you did nothing. That's what I'm mad about. Like, if you was gonna do that, if you was gonna take my property, you should have put it on the floor and started stomping on it. You should have broke it. It shouldn't have been no reason why this was perfectly fine. It should have been no reason why I was sitting down and my face was perfectly fine. You should have hit me. Like, you did all that for nothing. Nothing. So I'm mad. I'm like, and then the teacher, hey, don't da da da. So I call my mom. I'm mad. I'm like, Mom, I'm about to fight. Yeah. So I call her. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, Mom. She like, yeah, cause she at work, so she got talking like on a calm tone. So I'm like, I'm about to fight. She's like, well, what happened? And I told her, I don't remember none of this stuff. So they dragged me to the office. Mind you, when I go outside the classroom, I'm trying to find this girl so we can finish what she started, so I can finish it. Cause I was gonna get that ass. You don't, like, I should have been I should have been bleeding. I should have been bruised. I should have been wounded for you to stand in front of me like that. I don't know, if you was feeling froggy, you should have left. She didn't hit me first. She didn't even hit me, I hit her. And that's also what she didn't say in the story. Like, and then there was a video, because people was recording like I told you, but she said they deleted it, or they lost, or no, she said they lost it. Did they lose it, or did you just look dumb in it and delete it? Because nothing happened, or the video wasn't in her favor. Da da da. So that happened. My mom picked me up. That was that. So I don't have her number. Like I said, when we got into that argument and we stopped talking for 3 weeks, I deleted it. I blocked her on Instagram, da da da. By the way she wanted to fight me, you would think we was beefing this whole time. But like I said, you know, she acts on impulse. She loves to do stuff for attention, so that's why she wanted to do it. But if you wanted to make a real show, you should have knocked me out. Anyway, fast forward, before school start, I'm like, I don't want to see this girl again. What nobody knows, and what I'll tell y'all, what she's gonna see anyway, what nobody knows was I was planning on going in there. I wasn't even planning on getting my hair done for back to school. I was gonna go in there with my cornrows and fuck shit up. My camera keeps cutting off because I don't have no storage. But where was I at? But yeah, I planned on returning to school to whoop that ass. But I had a photo shoot, got my hair done, da da da. But I was still gonna bring a scrunchie, tie down, whatever. So it was the first day Nobody know, but I'm low-key kind of looking for her. And then I found out that she got suspended because of what happened. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I was like, oh my gosh. So she was suspended for a week. So she had to start school that following week. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not here. And then I was talking to one of my teammates, and she was like, just don't do it because you're gonna get kicked off the team. And I really love the team, so I was just gonna let it go. So and she was friends with one of my really good friends with one of my teammates on the prom team. So she would just always like be around, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she would just try to be petty, but she was feeling froggy, never left. None of my business. If you're not gonna beat me up, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. But one thing, like, other than that one time, we never went back and forth, and that was crazy to me. Like, she was doing all this, you would think we would have some real beef. It wasn't beef. She was mad. I don't know why. But yeah, so she would always be brought around by my teammate, which was like, does she really have to be here? But it was, we never had any exchange of words, nothing. So one day she texted me, and I thought it was because we had a lot of mutual friends. So one of our mutual friends, he's a boy, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm looking for the receipts. I'm gonna post screenshots probably right here. Okay, so this random number called me. So I'm like, who's this? I just felt like it was her playing on my phone. I don't know why. So I was like, who's this? And she said, it's our friend's name. I'm not gonna name him in here. And I was like, oh, sorry, hey. And he was like, and she was like, her name said what's up. So she said, Susie said what's up. I was like, tell her. I said, hey, boo. And then she was like, she said she miss you. She's talking about herself. And I was like, tell her I miss her too. Like, I'm just being like. And then she was like, why are you lying? And I was like, Susie, I know this is you. Like, I don't know if you think I was born yesterday. I'm stupid. Like, I know this is you texting my phone. So she was like, hey, cousin. I said, what's up, girl? You so stupid. And then she was like, is our little beef over yet? This has been the longest one. And I said, I'm over it. But it wasn't little. What you did was wrong. And it was. Like, we didn't have no exchange of words for her to do it. And yeah, like, and I was also mad. It's like I said, if I was sitting down, you gave me the opportunity to get up. You should have knocked me out. So she was like, I know. In my defense, I was high. And I was like, that's not an excuse. You came at me for no reason. And all this right here. And she was like, I'm sorry, I was high, and blank, one of her friends' name, was putting stuff in her head. I'm stupid when I'm high. I know, like, didn't I tell y'all she had no reason to fight me, da da da. She said that one of her friends was putting stuff in her head, basically telling her to come fight me. And the friend who did that got beat up by my friend. So like, you know all them TikTok, they be like, girls really fight at 7 in the morning. No, that was her and my friend against the lockers and all. But I'm like, but I was just so over it at this point. I'm like, I'm over it. But don't let anybody influence you like that. You let people say this and that, go do this tutorial, da da da. Like, that's being a follower. And she was like, I know, I learned my lesson. And then I was like, okay, everything good between us. Like, it been good. Like, I don't got no problem. I gotta hurry this up because my camera's dying. But then she was like, I missed you, da da da. And I told her she needs better friends, and da da da. So that was the end of that. I thought everything, and then after that, we still wouldn't, like, we didn't go back to cousin, because, like, you tried to fight me for no reason at that point. I don't trust you, girl. We didn't go back to being friends. We were high and by. We had mutual friends, so we would probably talk then. But other than that, it was no getting back cousins, da da da. And then, like I said, I was in my class on Zoom, and I saw that she was TikTok famous now. No, I think that was God or something, because she popped up on my For You page. I didn't follow her on TikTok. I didn't even know she was TikTok famous. She was on my For You page. And I'm like, this kind of looked like Susie. And then I was like, this is Susie, and she's telling the story. So I wait for it to die down a little bit, and now I'm telling the story. She told it half wrong. Half of the stuff she's saying was true, but all this other stuff. And then the thing is, like, she made it seem like it was just whatever. Like, you apologized to me, you text me first, you wanted to make amends. I really didn't care. But I'm over the situation. Moral of the story, if you're gonna come at somebody when they're sitting down, at least knock them out. But yeah, and we start our senior year at the same school this September. This gonna be interesting. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that story time. Please subscribe to my channel and go look at my other story times, because those got a lot of views too. Bye.